Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina. I am your host, Tina Thompson. Thank you so much for joining me. And I've got some great guests who are going to be joining me as well this next half hour. I'm so appreciative to have you. Who I've got coming up is John Little. He is going to talk about Charity Newsies, a great nonprofit organization that does for families for the holiday. And I also have coming up Maywood Mission. I've never had them on before, so I'm really looking forward to just find out how things are going with them through the pandemic. I did something really fun with them. We collaborated and worked together during the Easter holiday. And yes, that was just as everything was happening, and we still made it happen, thankfully. But they do a lot of great things in our community. And then folks, I have been working on another project. Imagine that. No, probably not. Me work on something new. I've always got something in my hat that I pull out. I'm just really glad to get to have Interface Video Production be a part of it. So I took a little trip and I met some really amazing folks. Some of them I had already known, and then some of them I got to know, and you're going to get to know them as well in coming weeks, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet because I want you to stick around until the end of the show to find out what I'm talking about. And I might even give you a little teaser of a clip of what took place and what happened. Again, I'm just looking forward to today's show, and for you watching and viewing it. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. You're watching Down Home with Tina.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm a recovering addict. For 10 of the last 11 years, I've been struggling with addiction, homelessness, incarceration, and just loneliness. However, since getting clean this past year, I've accomplished more than I have in those 10 years combined. After attending outpatient counseling services, inpatient counseling services, living in a sober living house, and attending 12-step meetings, I've been able to regain control of my life and begin to achieve goals I've always dreamed of. Addiction can destroy lives in many ways. Whether you need help with childcare or financial assistance, everyone deserves a new beginning. Recovery supports are just that, supports for recovery. My life mattered. Your life matters too.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have John Little. He is president this year of the Charity Newsies. And I know Charity Newsies because of them always giving back in the community. And I'm really excited because I'm about to learn a whole lot of stuff. And I'm wondering if you're going to learn some things as well. John, welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Tina. I'm honored to be here.
You know what? You are just one of those who you volunteer your time and you do so much for the community because you're part of another nonprofit as well. Right. And this year you're president with Charity Newsies.
Correct.
Why did you get involved with Charity Newsies, John?
I saw the good works that they were doing, and I just really wanted to be involved. They have an outstanding reputation. Mm-hmm. All the money we raise goes to charity. So administrative fees are we pay dues for that. So everything 100% goes to charity.
How do you raise your funds for Charity Newsies? We'll begin with that, and then we're going to talk about the different ways that you give back to those in need.
Sure. We this year we had a ladies and men's golf outing.
Okay. Ladies
was at Pleasant Valley, and the men's was at Pine Hill. So that was very successful. The two guys that put that on did a great job. December is really our big month. We have the auction, dinner auction. This year we may have to tweak it a bit and may have to go online. We just we're still trying to work that out.
Okay.
And of course the newspapers. Everyone sees us, all the red suits. Second Saturday in December, out selling the newspapers, and that's all profit. So, that's really our signature event.
Are you always looking for new members?
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. Anyone interested, you can go on our Facebook page and either send us an email or call. And yeah, if you're interested, we can always use the help.
Alrighty. What are the different ways that you give in the community?
Okay. In August, we do our back to school clothes drive. This year, we were able to help 400 kids with back to school clothes. And for the second year in a row, Phil Walker Shoes donated 300 pairs of kids' shoes to us to distribute. And you know, that's just been a really successful, and we're really grateful for their help.
The businesses like that, they just make my heart smile.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And being a local business, and
yeah,
and yeah, it's awesome what they do.
Absolutely.
We also now in December will do the food baskets.
Yeah.
Last year there were it was a total of 1,900 adults and children that we were able to provide food and toys for. Now the bootleggers downtown, they have a toy drive in December, and my goodness, the number of toys that brings in is incredible. So all the kids on our list get toys. So,
John, do you foresee this year being that you may even have more families in need?
I'm sure we will. Yeah, yeah. Just the situation that we're in right now. I'm sure we'll need more help.
Do you think you're going to continue to be able to do the things the way that you've been doing them in the past, with preparing the food boxes and such?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes, one way or another. We will get it done. Yeah, we're not going to leave anybody out. So yeah, one way or another, we will get it done.
All in this together, and we're going to make sure that this together. You're going to make sure they get what they need. Those who are less fortunate, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And like I say, you know, it's Lancaster-Fairfield County, and been around since 1936. So I haven't been around that long, but the organization has.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Folks who are interested in making any kind of or type of donation, how do they stay up to date on what you've got going on and taking place?
Well, we try to keep the Facebook page as up to date as possible.
Okay.
We have an individual that takes care of all that, and he does a good job of keeping all of our events and all of our fundraisers up to date.
John, I know that you have unfortunately lost some really amazing members this year. They've all gone on without us, and the most recent one that's quite shocking is...
Quite shocking, yeah. I got a phone call last night, as a matter of fact. Fred Strauser, longtime Lancaster resident, longtime Newsie, passed unexpectedly. So, you know, it's kind of that kind of a dark day for us at the Newsies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we lost earlier. Well, let's see, it had been September. Jimbo's, there again, a longtime Newsie, and he was a chief investigator earlier in the year. Reggie Harris, Ray Sorg. So it's been a rough year all the way around.
Yeah. So if you're just really looking to fulfill a need that is going to obviously be missing, and you know, I always say that there are shoes that aren't able to be filled, but you can certainly come in and put a part in and make your own shoes. How's
Right.
that? Fit in, bring your own shoes.
That's right.
Walking
Right.
and talking and helping out this
Right.
nonprofit organization and giving back, and hopefully that you guys will continue to grow. Do you have dates coming up for any of your events?
The paper drive will be December 12th.
Okay.
So we'll look for us. We'll be on every street corner and standing out in the street, and drive-throughs will be out in full force that day. And,
Awesome.
You know, and it's really touching when an individual pulls up and they say, when I was a kid, our house burnt down, you did this for us, and they drop a $50 bill in the bucket. So, you know, you just, people remember, and they always want to give back. So.
I love it. I love it. Anything else that you wanted to make sure to share with folks that are viewing today that we haven't touched on yet?
Well, I just want to assure people that we are 100% charity. Every penny that is donated goes towards the charity. All of our administrative fees are taken out of our dues each year. So it all goes back into the community.
When you give it, it goes right back.
Exactly.
To those who are in need. If there are folks who are in need, how do they reach out? Or you said you had an investigator, so is somebody out looking for the families?
Well, the investigator's job, and with the passing of Mr. Bose, Greg Russell will take over that this year.
Okay.
But he'll respond to house fires, and he'll go out and he will write a voucher for the Baymont, and so we can at least get the families a place to stay. And if they've lost everything, we'll write them a voucher for food and clothes or whatever they may need.
So that's what you mean for that. He investigates to see what they need.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Who it is,
That
get
is
the
right.
names, and then you guys can provide for them.
Right.
Wonderful, awesome. Your contact information, John, for anybody who is interested in becoming a member or somebody who may need to reach out and need your services, your
Yeah.
help.
The best way to do it would be go on Facebook, like us on Facebook, and you can either email, or there's a telephone number there. Get in touch, and we'll get back with you.
All right,
Okay.
alrighty. Thank you, John,
Thank
so
you,
much
Tina.
for being with me, John
We
Little.
appreciate it.
Absolutely, you're welcome back anytime, and I plan on having him back again before Christmas because there's great things happening. Of course, he'd mentioned, but we'll talk about it again. Thank you for watching. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a few minutes with a couple of other guests here on Down Home with Tina.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have a couple of gals with me with Maywood Mission, Cathy Barthelmas. She is the operations consultant and coach, and also Heather Barnhart. She is manager, and we're going to talk about a lot of different things that they've got going on. I know even through the pandemic, we were just chatting that teachers were still coming in and they were still working, so there were things still being done during that horrible, horrible time. I said now we were all shut down, but I try not to remember how long or what, because I try to forget those kinds of things because it was just so blah of a time. So I try to think of the positive stuff. So we're going to talk today about things that they've got going on and some of the things that have changed. We're going to talk about what's coming up. It is the month of November, so we're going to talk about Thanksgiving and the food boxes that they do. We're going to talk about Christmas and what they do at the holiday times, because it's just amazing the way that they continue to give back all of the time throughout the year, because I was thrilled to be able to do a project with them back during the Easter time, and that was just wow, how we could collaborate and make, put a smile on kids' faces and get the word out about the good things again and positive things. So we're going to get started, and we're going to begin with Heather. She manager and the food pantry, the store. You have so many things going on over there, don't you?
Yes.
Continuously.
Yes, we do anywhere from about 90 to 100 food boxes a month, just regular food boxes.
From the food pantry.
Yep.
Wow. And is it always new folks that are coming in, or sometimes could be, just depends probably with what's going on.
And with COVID, there has been a lot new,
Oh, it's increased. How do you guys get the money and the food that you get for your food pantry? Do folks donate that food?
Yep, they donate. And we do a lot of our shopping at Mid-Ohio, which lowers the prices.
Yeah. What about the store? Because how do you do, and what all do you offer at the store, first of all?
Shopping-wise? Oh,
yeah.
We have makeup, Maybelline, CoverAll, nice makeup for $1. We have dress code gives us all of their clothes when they're done with them. So we have dress clothes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice. And then do you have like things that you decorate your home with? And
Yeah, we have every baby stuff, shoes, purses, automobile stuff.
Heather, with the pandemic, are you taking donations?
Yes, we are. Only Tuesdays and Thursdays.
It's been months I've been wanting to call you guys. But okay,
remember
so
you
do
called
you,
me
I
once.
know, I still have that. I'm telling you, every time I walk out of my garage and I go, I'm going to call Maywood Mission. Every time I talk to somebody, I got to call Maywood Mission. And I still have not called you. So how do you do that? Do you guys send a truck out? How is it working with donations? Or do we need
You
to
can
bring
bring them in,
that
or
stuff?
we can come and get it.
Okay, because I knew for a while that was something that, but I think I'm not even gonna, it's my fault. Because the last time I talked to you, you said, well, the trucks are gonna start out next week, and I never called you. And that was like months ago, I think.
Yes.
Pretty much, right?
I think 2 months ago.
Thanks, Heather. I'm just kidding. No, so you guys are continuing now to take the different donations. Is there anything that you don't take?
As long as it's in good shape and it's sellable, then we take it.
Okay, good, awesome. And you're getting stuff out of the store, so people are coming in and
Yes.
needing it.
Yes, definitely.
What are your store hours?
10 to 5.
10 to 5, Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday.
All right, 10 to 5.
Yep.
Anybody have any questions whatsoever and they want to ask you about giving, or I guess coming into the store, what is your contact information?
740-653-4458.
Perfect. Do you have a website or a Facebook page?
Facebook
folks?
page, yep, Maywood Mission.
Perfect. Awesome. We're going to move over to Cathy. Cathy, how's it been for you with what, the daycare, and now you have a learning center? And
Yes.
holy cow, have you had to just kind of sit back and take a deep breath sometimes and say, we're going to make this happen. This is going to work.
That's every day. Yes, that's every day. We're going to make it happen every day. It's
So-
been crazy.
Let's talk a little bit about the daycare. How's that changed for you guys? Because that's been ongoing.
Right. Maywood Mission has had a daycare for over 100 years, and has been in the community serving, women and children and our neighbors who are the most vulnerable, people in need, for, again, approximately 120 years. And the daycare at the Mission also rolled into a summer camp for kids, and that's been ongoing for many years. I mean, I'm trying to remember how many, but it's been a long time that we've done summer camp for kids. And this year it was very small due to COVID.
Yeah.
And as the summer moved on, the kids, it became apparent that the public schools were going to have this hybrid model of learning, and
Yes.
kids were going to be at home 3 days a week. And this is basically, Fairfield County. And so I think the parents were just like, and the other days the kids will be at Maywood, because that's where they were.
Yes. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so how have you had to change this into a learning center, and how did that work for you guys?
We had a couple rooms that we transitioned into classrooms. We obtained some grant funds so that we could buy supplies to make them classrooms. We kept them, our ratio small, so we could honor, COVID requirements. 1 teacher per 9 students in our space. We had to amp up. I mean, I don't even know what the word is when your internet has to
yeah.
totally be changed. So it had to be re-engineered for the entire building, because all these kids cruise in the door. Here's 17 kids carrying their Chromebooks, and I'm going, we're gonna crash. So it has been awesome, because these kids know there's a routine. They come in, they know exactly what they're doing. We have partnered with OCU, and their education students are like our, little encouragers, cheerleaders, tutors, and so each kid has basically their own teacher sitting right next to them. So it's been awesome. I love it. I love seeing the kids they're not out of sync.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they just the learning keeps going.
Did you ever think that you would be a teacher in this way at the daycare? You know what I mean? Because I know that
that's not what I thought this was going to be at all. That's not why I was there. And then because I was a teacher, I'm going, I know exactly what's going to happen, and we have to move fast. And because we have 18 kids, and we could do it because we don't have, it's not like we're a huge public school. We're just this, we were this, daycare that has now just morphed into a temporary pandemic, resource lab. And so that's what we do.
So do you have more kids than you had for daycare, or are they pretty much the same ones? 'Cause you do.
Nope,
so how do they find out about you, and when did they find out?
I have no idea.
Parents were looking because they were in dire need of
parents
something.
have. I mean, people have come to me and said, "Do you have more space?" And I'm going, "We have to maintain our ratios, because there's CDC guidelines, the state of Ohio, so everything goes through all of this criteria." So.
Are you a full house then right now, or do you have any openings?
We probably have 2 openings for the Learning Center, and we have daycare openings. I think we have 3 or 4 daycare openings.
Okay, so what is the age limit for the daycare and then the Learning Center? Yes, for
the daycare is up through pre-K, so it's 3 years old up to, and they can be 5, but just not kindergarten yet. Okay. And then the Learning Center is kindergarten through 6th grade.
It is. Okay. So if anybody needs that,
call us.
So what is your contact information?
They can go to, my brain just went, 740-901
3027.
3027.
What is the coolest thing about the Learning Center?
The coolest thing is that we have students who are going to be teachers, that are coming in and they're being taught and learning from kids. It's just the partnership between the two is just perfection. It couldn't be any better. It's every day to watch these kids and these teachers work together has just been awesome.
And they just go through an enrollment process with you all. That's how they do it.
Yep.
Just as if it would take care of the Learning Center, either one. So let's talk about, because we're going to get back to Heather, I'm going to talk about the Thanksgiving food boxes.
Yes.
Share with us all about that, Heather.
We help 300 families for Thanksgiving, so we have to make 300 food boxes. Our food boxes have pies and rolls and mashed potatoes, corn, green beans, and a turkey.
Who makes these boxes and how are they prepared?
We do.
You do?
Yeah.
And it's all by donation? Folks
Yes.
bringing in. Now, do they bring in already made pies?
I haven't had anybody make any homemade ones.
But you have the ingredients and such for the pies to go in these food boxes.
Yep.
And now, this is the number you're going to need for this year, or you don't know what the number is?
Well, we always start out at a number, but we always have what we call stragglers, where if somebody just happens to lose their job right at the last minute and they need food, then we add them on there.
Okay, and they contact you to let you know, or do they have to go through?
They can go through 211 or us.
Okay, either or.
Yep.
All right, but if folks do want to give back, this is a great way to give to the community this year, monetarily or just bring in the food.
Yeah, or come and help make boxes.
Oh, so volunteer.
Volunteering, yeah.
Okay, and how do they do that? Just give you a call?
Yep.
Do they sign up or anything?
They
so
just
you can
call
kind of
and
organize it, or just?
We kind of want to interview them for just like to make sure they're.
Very good idea. Yeah. Okay. And then the Christmas and toy giveaway. We got about a minute.
We do like 3 gifts per kid: hats, coats, gloves, and we definitely need some coats if people can or donate some coats.
Gently used.
Gently used or brand new.
Alrighty. And they just, once again, your contact information for anybody who wants to know more about how they can give or volunteer.
740-653-4458.
Folks, 2 wonderful ladies who are doing a great thing and a great cause at Maywood Mission, located right in Lancaster. I didn't even get the address. Ladies, what's the address?
1029 South Broad Street.
You can do it in unison if you wanted to. Perfect, yeah. And follow them. And if you can give back, you've got extras. Grab that extra can of pumpkin pie stuff. Me, the pumpkin pie maker, I just had to, I don't know why I say pumpkin pie, but it must be on the brain. But anyways, give back any way you can. You've got toys that you would love to donate. Love it. Love having you watch the show. Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back because I've got a great thing coming up on Down Home with Tina.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
We were retiring from Tucson, Arizona, and we made a retirement trip out around Ohio, having decided that's where we wanted to be. And we came across this town called Lancaster, and we fell in love with the downtown area where the fountain is and the memorials and the flags and all this stuff. And we looked around and I said, there's our bank right there.
There's something to be said about a community bank in your hometown.
Right. If you live in the community, you should do business in the community as much as possible. So it makes sense to bank with the community bank where you live.
Fairfield Federal is the bank to be at. If you live in this town, or any town actually, you want to bank at a local home bank. And the employees are happy here, they're conversant, customer service is through the roof. There's nothing more you could ask for.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. So I'm one of those people that when I get an idea, I think about it. I've recently, in my little bit of older age, I'll call it, I will sleep on it. Now this has been like a lot of decisions anymore. I think I'm just gonna pray about it and I'm gonna sleep on it and then I'll wake up and then I'll make my decision. So this decision is something that I'll say I slept on and woke up and thought about it more than just once or twice. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring something a little different to Down Home with Tina. Now some of you may know the story behind why the show is called Down Home with Tina and some of you may not. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin with that first. So Down Home with Tina is a show where I just want folks to feel like when they are with me and in my presence that they are at home. When I started doing interviews several years ago, I actually had somebody say to me, do you know that it's really not like you're giving an interview, you're having a conversation with somebody. And I love that because that's what I want folks to feel like. They're having a conversation with me. Because I know for myself when I see it as a conversation and not, let's say, more formal of an interview, I guess the word could be more formal called that they feel more comfortable when we're just sitting down and we're talking. So I thought, hey, you know what? Down Home with Tina that's what we're all about. We're sitting back, relaxing, like you're home, and we're just having a conversation about whatever important thing that you may have to share. And I love to make people feel important and know that they're important as well, because I think value and self-worth and all of that is so super, super important. But anyways, so I have decided to do something a little new with Down Home with Tina. It'll continue to be Down Home with Tina, but I wanted to add a new little, I don't want to call it a twist, segment that takes me somewhere else. And I've got a whole story behind that, but that's not going to come yet. I'm going to share that story with you another day of where Front Porch Sitting and how that all started. So I've got something that's coming up in coming weeks. It's going to be a part of the Down Home with Tina show, and it's called Front Porch Sittin'. And I have taken a little trip out of town to Nashville. I've done a little bit of a teaser on my Facebook page already, but this is something that's going to bring a little bit of music. We're going to get to find out about the maybe country music artist or bluegrass artist, and who knows if I get into any other kind of genre of music. We'll just have to wait and see. But we're going to do that. Here's a couple of little pictures and things that you can kind of see and get an idea of who and what amazing folks. I have to tell you, something that I really truly believe is when you have an idea and you have something that you really, really, really want to do in life and try to make it happen, don't be afraid. I watched a documentary just here within the last week, and it was about Dolly Parton. And when she got started, it's on Netflix, so if you want to see it, it was really, really neat because she actually said, and I don't know if I'm quoting it exactly, but it was kind of like, she goes, I went to Nashville and I didn't even think about it not working out. She said it was just, I'm going to Nashville and I'm going to make it happen. And sometimes you got to just do it and try it and see. There may be bumps in the road, but that's okay, because when you keep on going and you keep on having those ideas, there's going to be somehow, some way that something's going to work out that's going to be just right for you. And if you do have that bump in the road or you fall every now and again, just get back up and wipe yourself off and write that down in the book of a lesson learned, and let's just keep on going and going forward. But anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed the show today. I look forward to being back with you next week. I hope you have an amazing week. God bless and good day.